Niger is now, it has signed a deal with a company that is based in the United Arab Emirates to establish a gold refining company, which is a good step, a good, thing to follow from its neighbor or from its sisterly state from Burkina Faso. But here at Connect Africa, what we want to bring you is that the Niger government has to be cautious, as the person who controls this company that signed the deal with the Niger government happens to be with no good reputation. He's Indian, Kenyan, by citizen, and he has a number of strings attached to him that's related to a scandal and fraud. We're gonna get into it in a minute. So his name is Kalmesh Pattini. So he signed, here is a picture of Niger's government, on the part of Niger's government. And this is a person who is running the United Arab Emirates company. It's called, let me just read it for you. So Niger is set to build its first gold refinery in partnership with a UAE company, Suvarna Royal Gold Trading, owned by a Kenyan controversial businessman, Kalmesh Pattini. It will also construct a jewelry and gemstone cutting unit near Niamey, which is the capital of Niger. Now, Pattini, the guy that you see in the picture, who is Indian, but by citizen, he's a Kenyan citizen. So Pattini was sanctioned by the United States and UK in December last year for allegedly leading a global gold smuggling and money laundering network in Zimbabwe. He is also infamous for Kenya's Goldenberg scandal, which involved embezzlement of billions of state funds through fraudulent gold and diamond export incentives. Now, Niger hopes, of course, for the completion of this refining complex. It will position the country to compete with established West African gold refiners like Ghana and Burkina Faso. And as well, it expects from this establishment of gold refining company to boost its mining sector tax receipts and formalize small-scale production. Now, the financial terms of the deal with this United Arab Emirates company were not disclosed to the public or to media, anything. Now, this man has really, in 2024, there was a whole documentary made by Al Jazeera called Gold Mafia, and the whole story revolves around him. And also, in Zimbabwe, there is a guy who has a relation, or who is not relation, like close to the Mwanga, who is the president of Zimbabwe, to his wife. So these people are known for, they're famous for their, or rather infamous, gold smuggling, and called, they are the gold mafia, actually. So this man is the one now that is controlling the Suvarna company of UAE, which is about to build gold refining company in Niger. So I wouldn't say that, the Niger government will not have all the necessary intel on this man, but for whatever reasons, they went ahead and, he's the one, he flew to Niamey and signed that deal. Hopefully more details will come out later on, but a number of medias, particularly in Kenya, the Citizen digital media, Kenya's digital media, Citizen Kenya, and others, the Africa Report as well, have released a number of reports, exposing him for what he's known. He was involved also with President Arap Moi, the former president of Kenya. Not allegedly, this is in fact, it's a fact that, with gold smuggling company, and, helping the man with money laundry. That was the money was sent outside. Let me just read a bit about him for you. Um, yeah, there was. I'm trying to get the scandal of the Goldenberg thing, because that will really be an eye opener on this. I really don't know, how Kenya have those people, because if you remember last year, was it in 2024, there was all this saga of the Kenyan government, led by William Ruto, was to lease or to sell the Kenyan airport to this guy, Adani, the Adani saga, okay? To again Indian. He was about to sign a deal with the Kenyan government, buying the Kenyan airport and airlines as well. But the people have protested. Even there was a big discussion in parliament that the government is away. Even this is so fast that it was leading to signing a contract with something sinister going behind. And it was true, because the man was really someone that had a lot of fraud record outside. So the people, the civil society organizations, the lawyers were letting know William Ruto's administration, and William Ruto didn't just want to hear; he just want to go ahead and sign the deal. But guess what? The deal breaker was, in the middle of all this, the United States has exposed Adani, because Adani has bought a lot of projects, a lot of things, real estates and other in the US, and he was about to he's also into energy sector. But when the US sanctioned him, then immediately, I think it was in the same day, William Ruto came out and gave statement and said, "Oh, okay, we have stopped this selling the airport or Kenyan Airways." But all that document that has been presented to him by the Kenyan lawyers, the parliamentarians, the protests of the workers at the airport and at the airline of Kenyan Airways, all that has fallen on a deaf ear. But only when the US sanctions the man, this Adani, the Indian man, the government of Kenya was enforced to take action. So the same thing again, this time it's a Kenyan citizen, but with Indian root. You have seen the man, how he look like. It's really interesting how again and again Kenya, they find Kenya as an easy ground, to do what they want to do, and like kind of also a safe haven for them, with all their fraud action also outside of Kenya. Now, what is this scandal of the Goldenberg of about Kalmesh Pattini? Let me, okay, I'm gonna read it for you. His name is full name, Paul Kamlesh Pattini. He's born 1965. He's a Kenyan businessman and politician who was implicated in 1990s Goldenberg scandal. Kamlesh Pattini was born and raised in Mombasa, Kenya. He later moved to practice business in Nairobi, where he allegedly used his company to acquire billions of shillings in league with prominent politicians and government officials in the Goldenberg scandal. Now, what is this Goldenberg that he has committed this scandal? The Goldenberg scandal was a political scandal where the Kenyan government was found to have subsidized exports of gold far beyond standard arrangements during the 1990s by paying the company Goldenberg International 35% more, that's in Kenyan shillings, than their annual foreign currency earnings. Although it nationally appears that the scheme was intended to earn hard currency for the country, it's estimated to have cost Kenya the equivalent of more than 10% of the country's annual gross domestic product. And it's possible that no or minimal amounts of gold were actually exported. The scandal appears to have involved political corruption at the highest levels of the government of Daniel Arap Moi. Officials in the former government of also Kibaki have also been implicated. So this far is enough just to let you know who is Kalmesh Pattini, who signed this deal with the Niger government. I hope, this is just to say we, at Connect Africa, we're not against that Niger's initiative to establish its own gold refining company. In fact, that's the right thing to do, but they have to be cautious of who is this person. I'm sure they have even way more information about him than what I have just read for you. But for whatever reason, maybe, later on we will hear from the government, from their own media, why they did that. Because when there's such a report, then what it does is, it will sensitize the government. Oh, okay, maybe we need to clarify this. So that is the reason we are bringing you this here. Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in again. And that was it for now. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.